topic is things you wouldn't hear on daytime TV.
And now it's time for Repair Shop, where Rishi Sunak has brought in the entire British economy.
Can I have a vowel, a consonant, and, like, 7 emojis?
And now it's time for some country music in a loft with Johnny Cash in the attic.
And after the break, Mark will be giving me all the tips on how to dress to impress. And I'll be telling Mark to shove his tips up his arse.
And now the programme with the biggest carbon footprint. It's Come Mine With Me.
Today, I'll be looking around this mystery celebrity's house while struggling to walk and hallucinating. This is Through the K-Hole.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Susanna. I talked over you there.
Who have I brought with me today? Thanks for asking, Vernon. It's my Auntie Sue, my mum Carol, and down the end is my gorgeous, gorgeous, soon-to-be stepdad Tony.
Well, my goodness, look at those kiwi fruit. They look absolutely delicious. Oh, no, sorry. Simon's looking at his testicles again.
Joining us today on Sunday Brunch are 3 celebrities who you were fairly certain were dead.
Of course, the best thing to do with leftovers is to put them in the fridge for a couple of days and then throw them away.
So, Boris says we're going to close our borders a full 9 months after every other country in the world. Let's see if it's pointless.
They have just 20 minutes to make £1,000. Time to find out if they really are loose women.
And now I'm looking for a bigger penis in Wanted Down Under.
And now it's time for Neighbours, starring Romesh Ranganathan. That's right, he's in this now as well.
What do we think of the property? We love it. Of course we love it. We live here. Who the fuck are you?
Unfortunately, this week's bargain hunt has been cancelled after some contestants accidentally bought the Ark of the Covenant and melted David Dickinson's face off.
Welcome to our Saturday Kitchen Global Warming Special. And after the break, an emotional Greta Thunberg tries her hand at a baked Alaska.
And now, the very last episode of A Place in the Sun.
Next tonight, it's Family Fortunes, or as I like to call it, Pointless for Thick People.
Angela, are you OK?
I wouldn't have fallen over, but there's a dip.
Thank you. At the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Maisie and Milton. OK, the first subject is things you wouldn't hear on a breakfast show.
Morning.
Just checking, this isn't live, is it?
And later on, you could go on the trip of a lifetime, because Gino's telling us how to cook acid.
And coming up, we're speaking to 8-year-old coffee aficionado Jasper, who has just claimed the title for Britain's youngest wanker.
See me, right? I've had enough of all this bullshit. I'll tell you what's what after the break. Join me, Lorraine.
You're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV+1, so the clock in the corner's wrong and you're already late for work.
Well, to hear more about the explosion in the opticians, let's go to the Flying Eye.
Reports coming in of a major incident at the origami finals. More on that as it unfolds.
And now for the 60-second news roundup. It's Milton Jones. Hello. Goodbye.
Later on, we'll be looking at what causes breakdowns. I mean, maybe it's getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do this job for 5 years, maybe.
Today on the show, we're discussing sexism. Why is it that when a woman says she slept with loads of people, she is called a slag? But when I say that, I am called a liar.
Well, just time for one final quick look at the papers. Yep, she still wants a divorce.
Oh, Piers, that's such a compassionate, well-articulated thought.
And now let's find out what the weather's doing in your area. Or you could just pull back the curtain, David. I mean, do I have to do everything for you, for goodness sake?
Travel news now. Chaos on the trains as one of the lubed-up passengers has fired out the window.
And now for every lad's favourite part of the show, it's the weather. Over to it's a bloke one. Switch it to Babe Station.
Well, it's backing up at junction 2, but don't worry, I'll get a poo in the next break.
Things you wouldn't hear on a property show.
So, as you can see, she's a bit of a fixer-upper. She needs a lot of work done, but she wants to buy a house with me, so we're looking for a new build.
Well, it's all about location, location, location. And this is a shithole, shithole, shithole.
We're here in Calais with Ahmed and Khadija for a special episode of Escape into the Country.
So basically what we've done here is we've put Nick Knowles in a cupboard and bricked it up.
You could do anything here. You could knock through that wall, you could retile the roof, but not the patio. You mustn't touch the patio.
Sandra and John are planning to sell their 3-bedroom terrace in Wigan so they can go to London to get a spot of lunch.
John and Jules have knocked through from their bedroom into the room next door. They didn't mean to, but that's Viagra for you.
Whoa, 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 when I said you should knock one out, I meant one of the walls.
And this is where we've built the panic room, ideal for opening your next gas bill.
They've made an offer of $320, which is quite low because most houses cost thousands of pounds.
So, a year on, I've come back to see how they're getting on. Fuck me, still not finished.
Oh, you're right, it is big enough.
The previous owner did leave it in a state of disrepair, but honestly, I'm thinking about making an offer. Sorry, I'm babbling. Time of death, 4:15 p.m.
Welcome to the new show where we help millennials to buy their first ever property. Yes, this is Hitman for your gran.
Old-fashioned and some jaw-dropping views. We won't be inviting Kirsty Allsop on Question Time again.
Hi, I'm a public school twat walking towards the camera.
Well, I've put your cheeky offer into the owners, and they told me to shove it up my arse.
I don't know how to tell you this. I know you just completed, but the sweet old widowed man that you bought the house off has, well, he's tied a bunch of balloons to it and floated off into the sky.
Rupert and Jacinda are 25 years old and have a budget of £2.5 million. Wankers.
The next topic is unlikely things to hear on a gardening programme.
And this is the soil where I spread my seed last week. In fairness, I didn't know the cameras were on.
Well, they look like onions, but they're not onions. They're my testicles.
I got the lawnmower from Halfords, I got the rake from B&Q, and I got the hoe from singlesexybabesinmyarea.com.
These are my peonies, and these is my peonies.
Gardening. All the effort of farming, but none of the profit.
So now that we've filled the hole, let's pop off into town to the pet shop and try and find an identical dog.
People ask me, why do you grow vegetables? And the answer is, I don't know. It's much cheaper in Tesco's, and I could have had a life.
This beautiful rose is just like my wife. Vibrant, full of life. And if you try and touch it, you feel a prick. Why did you leave me, Karen?
Welcome to Gardening with Michael Gove!
As you can see, these blackberries aren't doing very well, and that is because the technology is shit and not compatible with anything.
It's great to have a part of your garden that attracts wildlife.
Sweet pea. Often overlooked, but shouldn't be, as it could be the first symptom of type 2 diabetes.
Well, to be honest, I would dig it out with a spade, but I've never seen a blackhead like it.
Welcome to the Garden of Remembrance. Ah, there's where I left my keys.
There are hard and fast rules when it comes to laying turf. Sod's law.
I keep all my gardening equipment in different places. I've got hose in different area codes.
Okay.
I got one more.
Oh, one more. Okay, one more, yeah.
There's hard and fast rules when you're laying turf. Sod's law!
At the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Maisie and Ed. Okay, the next topic is things you wouldn't hear on a cookery show.
Sorry, onions always make me cry because my mother was killed by an onion truck.
Now, it's had a lot of bad press recently, but I think I can change your mind with my recipe for bat à l'orange.
If you are going to Google this recipe, do be aware that Coq au vin does bring up a lot of dogging websites.
This recipe was passed down to me by my great-grandmother, so it is a little bit racist.
So last week I showed you how to knock up a chicken. This week I show you how to impregnate a turkey.
Hi, I'm Nigella Lawson, and I've run out of innuendo, so I'm just going to cook this curry with a tit out.
And of course, you can get these from the supermarket, but I prefer to grow my own Haribo.
Well, they're a very sad pair of dumplings, but they're still hosting MasterChef.
So there is shark fin soup. Ta-da! Sorry. Ta-da.
Now, in America, they call these eggplants, but in the UK, we simply call them chickens.
Now we've put the pineapple on the pizza, all that's left is to slide it into the bin.
So, is it a cereal? Is it seafood? Who cares? It's the world's most dangerous fusion food, sugar pufferfish.
Core, 2 apples. Sorry, core 2 apples.
So when my family came to England in the 60s, they very early on, they realised that all you need to do is package up any old shit, call it authentic, and white people will lap it up.
Welcome to my new pop-up restaurant where we just make toast.
And now I'm going to roast these carrots. Yeah, you wonky orange knobs.
So we just wait for that to rise for a minute, and if it doesn't, I'll pop another Viagra.
It's another lockdown, so you know what that means? It's another series of Cooking Wild Pest! Today, we're going to put an oven-ready meal in the microwave for too long.
At the end of that round, the point's going to end. You and Mark. OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a nature show.
Now we see the fastest predator on land, Prince Andrew running from American lawyers.
And as I watch these birds begin their mating ritual, I know that I'm really making full use of my Pornhub subscription.
I cannot believe it. Someone has bleached the minions.
Sperm whales. Could they be the reason the sea is so salty?
Here is the Indian elephant being asked by its mother why it hasn't met a nice girl yet.
The mighty bear emerges from hibernation. Time to get back on Grindr.
The male snake will shed its skin up to 12 times a year, all because it thinks moisturising is a bit girly.
As of 2020, the global population is 7.8 billion people. And you're still single.
The Serengeti, home to absolutely shitloads of animals.
Thanks to the wonders of modern technology, we can now translate what these penguins are saying into English. Let's listen in. Bloody hell, it's cold!
The owl's head can rotate 720 degrees before coming off in your hands.
I mean, just look at that massive fuck-off herd of elephants!
It is over. The hippo has won, and the flamingo retreats. Because, frankly, he hasn't got a leg to stand on.
Just look at all those rhinos! Endangered my hole!
Well, it turns out a bull in a china shop wasn't as dramatic as we thought. But join us next week when I'll be putting a cat amongst some pigeons.
At just 3 microns, it is almost invisible to the human eye. Yep, I've got a tiny penis.
And in the first episode, we're going to be taking an intimate look at how it builds its dams. Yeah, I'm as disappointed as you. Anyway, welcome to Inside the Beaver.
At the end of that, the point's going to end. Maisie Nishan.